This time around, we are traveling to Matatiele, where a train makes a U-turn, where Jesus was nearly born. We are from Durban. We are going to show you the route from Durban to Matatiele. So I hope you're going to enjoy this road trip. As you will be enjoying this road trip, things that you need to note: we are actually from Nelspruit, but we did not vlog the road from Nelspruit to Durban, because if you've been following this channel, we've done that route multiple times. We were using the bus, and we are also using the Corolla Cross XI. So this time around, we're just using the Corolla Cross XI, and then we are traveling to Matatiele. We were actually from Ispingo. The route that we just left is the Prospection Road. Now here we are joining the N2. The N2 that comes from Durban itself. So we were joining the N2 here. We are going to travel on the N2 for about 101 kilometers, because we are going to leave N2 when we arrive in Potchefstroom. When you are here, you are approaching Galeria Mall, but there's an off-ramp which is here. That off-ramp is going to a place called Umbongi Twini, of which, if you make your research regarding that place, it was supposed to be Ezimbogo Twini, but they call it Umbongi Twini for whatever reason. On your right, if you cross the N2 and go to your right, this place is actually an industrial area of some sort, because there's a company called Improchem that is there. There's also an office park, it's just that I forgot the name of the office park that is around this area. If you further continue passing that office park that I'm talking about, you'd go to a place called KwaMakhutha. If you continue, then you'd go to Adams. Then if you further continue, then you'll go to Mbombolo. When you are traveling on the N2 in around Galeria, there's a speed camera that you have to take note of. It's 120 kilometers an hour. On your left, there's a Netcare private hospital, which is called Kingsway, around this area. Oh, now I remember the name of the office park. It's the Southgate Office Park. Yeah, there are a lot of companies that are there. Since we were from Nelspruit, when we were around Amazimtoti, our fuel got low. It had a 30-kilometer range, so we had traveled around about 669 kilometers on the clock. And we told ourselves that we will pour fuel when we arrive at Ultra City, the one that is in Umgababa, which is 50 kilometers away from Durban. So when we were here, we did not stress. Because we knew that we will make it to that Ultra City. Since we are talking about off ramps and low fuel, if you are still enjoying this content, please like, please subscribe, please comment, please also share our videos and tell us how are we doing. We will see you on the comment section. After passing this off ramp, be ready for another speed camera. If I'm not mistaken, that one it's for 100 kilometers per hour. Now we are in Umgababa, which is a Zulu name that means Umkababa, which is my father's wife. I don't know, I don't have an explanation why It's called Umkababa, not Umkababa, because it was supposed to be Umkababa, not Umkababa. When you are here in Umkababa, you will normally see a board that says welcome to eThekwini, but you will see that board if you are approaching Durban, not moving away from Durban. We left Nelspruit at around 10 to 6 in the morning. It was now 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and we were really getting tired. And when we are here in Ultra City, Umkababa, we still had around about a good 3 hours, and it might be even more because now it will start to be dark and we can't move as fast as we want because we need to be very cautious at night. Here we are at Ultra City. We are now going to pour fuel, and there are also some of our family members that we will meet here, and then we will travel together to Matatiele. Now it's time to check how much the fuel, the full tank of this vehicle will cost us, because it's now really empty. And we poured that full tank and it costed us 844, which was around 38 liters if I'm not mistaken. We continued with the N2. When we are in this area, we are, if you see the on-ramp that is joining, that on-ramp, it's coming from a place or a village called Emakapeni, which is a place that is also around Umkababa. Then on your right, if you check, there's a factory that lies along the banks of Umkomazi River. This Umkomazi River comes all the way from the Drakensberg Mountains. You will see on this channel when we are going to Matatiele, if we are from Nelspruit directly to Matatiele, not passing via Durban, we'll cross this Umkomazi River around the area between Anderbeck and Bula. If we take the route that goes to Maritzburg, which is R56, we'll also cross this Umkomazi River. And then since we are from Durban, we are crossing it here around the area of Sapisaiko. So we are able to cross this river 3 times using 3 different routes. You will see as we'll be doing more vlogs in this channel. Here we are seeing the off-ramp that goes to Scottbeck. So Scottbeck services people who are working there at Sapisaiko. It also services people who are working at there's a Ilovo factory somewhere around Sezela. We will note it when we are passing around about that area. Now it was slowly starting to be dark. As you can see, the other vehicles going towards Durban, they've on their lights. We also followed the same trend, and we on our lights as well. When you are in this area, you are around about the area of Umzinto. Umzinto would be on your right if you are traveling in this area, which is the N2 South Coast. When we are here, we had just passed the off-ramp that goes to Umthwalume. Now we are approaching the off-ramp that goes to Hibadin. So if you want to avoid the toll gate, or if you are just going to Potchefstroom, the town itself, you can take the off-ramp that goes to Hibadin. Then you would also be able to bypass the toll gate itself. The name of the toll gate is called Oribi Toll Plaza. But just before you arrive on the Oribi Toll Plaza, there's a ramp plaza. I think they are close. The ramp plaza is called Umtwentweni. For those that watch Uthando Nesthembu, there's a bridge that will cross. That bridge is called Umzombe. But I don't know where Umzombe, the village itself, where it is. But I suppose it's around about this area because the name of the river that we cross is called Umzombe. On your right, it's a township called Maybeck. So when you are here in the Oribi Toll Plaza, if you continue straight, you are going to take N2 Wild Coast, which goes to Margate, then Port Edward, and then it continues. Then, since we are going to Matatiele, we will take R102, which goes to Coxted. In this toll gate, we paid 21 rands, of which it is the last toll gate of the day. So N2, the one that goes to Port Edward, it is actually being expanded. There's a project that they are busy with, which will cut the travel time between Durban and East London for about I think it's 2 or 3 hours. So you will take 4 hours to go to East London if you are from Durban when they are done with those projects. They are still busy with 2 bridges. I know there's a Msikama bridge. The other one I have forgot. But there's a video that you can watch on YouTube and see the developments that are actually happening on the N2 Wild Coast. We are still round about Port Shepstone area. The robot that you see in front of you, if you take your right, you go to Umzimkhulu Mill, which is an Illovo mill. That Illovo mill is actually closed. People who used to work in that Illovo mill, they are now moved to other Illovo mills. Most of them, they went to Sezela. While we are still traveling on this route, there are normally people that hike in this area. They would either be going to Ezingolweni, Harding, Coxted, those areas. The area that we are traveling in, it normally has speed cameras of 60. When I was still growing up, those speed cameras, they used to work. But now they are not working. You don't need to stress yourself around that area about speed cameras, but be cautious because there are a lot of people, school children, when the schools are open, that are moving in that area. So you don't need to speed, but you need to be cautious. Something that I'm picking up as I'm watching this video myself is, let us appreciate the LED projector headlamps of this vehicle. They light. It looks like it's during the day, so it gives the driver that confidence that at least he can see about 5 to 10 meters away from the vehicle. When we are here, we are approaching Paddock. Let us enjoy the road that goes to Paddock. On your right, there will be a Shell garage. That Shell garage is in Paddock. If you're traveling with a taxi from Durban to Matatiele, that's where your rest stop will be. There's also a butchery on this garage. Ithengisa amalwimi. Yeah, and lo malwimi lawo, they are on point. If you are traveling with a taxi, when I used to travel with a taxi, that's what I used to buy. I used to like them the most. Now, let's check out the route that goes to Ezingolweni. Now we are traveling in an area called Ezingolweni. When I used to travel in this route when I was still young, there was rocks which were painted in white. In 2010, they were written 2010 World Cup in this area. We are now going downhill. This place is called Epopoi. This is a high accident zone. Whether you are going downhill or you are going uphill, it has a sharp bend of which if you don't know it, or if you are a new driver, it might give you troubles. So please take precautions whether you are traveling at night or during the day. This place, in this area, you need to be very cautious, especially if you're driving a truck, because when they're going downhill, they have a tendency of not being able to be or not being able to turn in that bend in a correct way. A lot of truck drivers would know that this is a high crime zone area. They normally hijack the trucks around about the Ezingolweni area. So one of the truck drivers I was having a conversation with is they normally pick up their speed when they're traveling in this area, so that the truck does not move slow, and the criminals that hijack the trucks, at least it won't be easy for them to hijack them. Now we are also going to go downhill. This is another high accident zone, especially if you are going downhill, because when you are done here going down, there's also a sharp bend that you need to turn very cautiously in it. Otherwise, your car may, there's a possibility of overturning the car. In this garage, there's a Nando's store, there's a Steers store, and when we arrived here, it was freezing. It was cold because it's during the night and the temperatures have started to drop. And when we here in this garage, our travel partners that we met at Ultra City, they were at Magalela, so they were traveling very fast while we were traveling not so fast, because there was also fatigue that kicked in to us. The person who thought of this garage was very thoughtful, because from Ezingolweni up until Kokstad, there was no convenience center like this. You would need to go into the towns to find something to eat. But this one is just along R102. Now we are in Weza. We are traveling on both R102 and R56. They will split when we arrive in Kokstad. We were actually lucky that there was no fog, but this area, it always has a fog. There is sort of like a guest house of some sort in here in Weza. People normally host their graduations, their weddings, any sort of event that is along those lines. Here in Weza, this is not a high accident zone of some sort, but you do find cows around this area, so you need to be cautious of them. If you remember, in June, this area, there was actually snow, and in this part of this area, this route was closed. So if you are traveling towards Weza, always open your radio and know what is happening on the road that you will be traveling in. Now we are approaching a high accident zone itself. You can see there's a board that says change to low gear. There's a sharp curve here in Singisi. This area is called Singisi. If you don't change to a low gear, you might get into a slow moving truck that is there. Now we are in the Greater Kokstad municipality. We didn't know what was happening here. There's actually an intersection that is being constructed here. So it was the first time traveling here after Ixesha Elide. So I wasn't know what was happening. As you can see, there was no car in front of me which could give me directions. But if you continue straight in the turn that we took, you would be continuing with R102, which will go to Mount Olive. It was N2 before the construction of N2 Wild Coast that we spoke about. Now we are in R56. We are going to the town itself, Kokstad. On your left, there's an engine, one stop, which we normally stop there and pour fuel if we are going to Durban. But since we had stopped in Harding, we were still fine. We are continuing with the route. Now we are approaching the CBD of Kokstad. There's actually a railway line here that you cross before you arrive in Kokstad. So Kokstad is still in KZN. This is the last town in KZN before we get into the Eastern Cape. Kokstad is a bit of a bigger town. There are many dealerships there. There's Isuzu, there's Mahindra, there's Tegwini Toyota. There's also like a mall of some sort. So it's sort of like a central town. So many people who are coming from the Eastern Cape, around about Mount Olive, Matatiele, they do their major shoppings here in Kokstad. And there's also a VW, a new VW South Coast, which is here. Now we are going to take a left. If you continue straight, you'll be going to Underberg, but we are going to take a left, which is R56, which will take us straight to where we are going, which is in Matatiele. After taking the left, there's the Kokstad Hospital there. And then where we are passing now, it's actually the Bongweni prison, one of the biggest prisons in South Africa, which is situated here in Kokstad. When you are about 10 kilometers to a small township called Cedarville, the road R56 is being expanded. There are about, I don't know how many humps, but there are many humps which will take you from the area that I'm talking about up until Matatiele, the town. So, hey, that road is tiring and it actually increases your travel time. Now we are in Cedarville. We have just crossed the river that is called Umzimvubu. Look at how small Cedarville is. When you look to your left on the mountain there, there's white rocks which are painted Cedarville. There's only one garage, a Quest garage that is here. It was not here before, so people from Cedarville used to fuel their vehicles in Matatiele. If it was during the day, when we are here in Cedarville, you can actually see the Drakensberg Mountains. The moment I see the three sisters of the Drakensberg Mountains, then I know that I have arrived at home. We have now arrived. We are in Matatiele. We are in the New Jerusalem area, which is called New J. Then on your left, there's a Taylor Bequest Public Hospital, which is here. But basically, when we are here, you have arrived in Matatiele, the town itself. Then we have two major dealerships that are here. There's MMG Toyota, which used to be Haynes in the olden days. There's also Silfreds. That's where you can buy a car in Matatiele. But this MMG services a lot of Quantum. So when we arrived, our tank was on half tank, and our overall fuel consumption from Nelspruit to Matatiele, it is 7.4 liters per 100 kilometers. And we used 2 full tanks. But the second full tank, when we arrived in Matatiele, it was a half tank. So hope you enjoyed this vlog, this road trip. We will definitely see you on the next one.